Welcome back to Believe in Badgers on the Believe Network, presented by FanDuel and Oak Ridge Wealth Management. I'm Matt Perkins, joined, as always, by Badger legend, the Hebrew Hammer himself, Matt Bernstein. Bernie, how are we doing today?
Dude, every day on the podcast with you is a holiday. What a weekend. I mean, outside of the game, besides that being a complete, nightmare, the weekend was outrageously fun.
It was outrageously fun. We got to hang out a lot. We got to see a lot of friends, a lot of former players, a lot of people we care about, which was great. And the game, the game didn't turn out quite the way that most of us in Badger Nation wanted to, but that's okay. We will talk about all the fallout there from that in just a minute. But like usual, we are here on Monday morning Fullback on a Tuesday this week. We needed an extra day to detox and decompress from a long weekend in Madison. Though, Bernie, we had a lot
I'm still hungover.
Oh.
What day is it? I'm still hungover.
I think I got over it yesterday, but I also then again slept for another 12 hours last night. So I couldn't even stay up to watch the Bills, which good thing because they looked like garbage as well. So my football teams are terrible. Bernie, your Jets are terrible as well.
I haven't won a game. I've won one fantasy. So I'm like 1 in 20.
So fortunately, I'm a Bills fan, but I did have Bijan Robinson and Drake London on my fantasy team yesterday. So my Bills may have lost, but my fantasy team absolutely kicked butt thanks to those guys. So, yeah, you know what? We're going to find some silver linings there. I don't think we're going to find silver linings for the Badgers, but we are here on Monday Morning Fullback on a Tuesday, talking the good, the bad, and the ugly. Go back and check out the live show that we did. It was live streamed. It's up on our YouTube page. The audio feed from that will be dropping later this week once I edit it, which is going to be a bear and going to take me a long time to edit. So I'd recommend just checking out the live stream on YouTube. You'll get to see some beautiful faces: Joe Thomas, Brian Calhoun, Jonathan Clinkscale, Travis Beckham, Lee Evans. It was fantastic. We had so many dudes out there, so many more dudes in the audience. That was so cool to see a bunch of former Badger players in the audience supporting us and just some fans out there. So that was really great. Shout out to Jay, the owner of Wando's and Jay's, for hosting us at Jay's. It was a really cool space, and we've already been invited back to do it next year, and I think we'll be doing it. So hopefully next year when we're there, the Badgers will perform a little bit better on the field. And let's get to this.
Let's just do the good so we can get it out of the way.
Okay, the good.
I'll start since you might need to think about it. I'll say the good is we did a live podcast that was so fun, so ridiculous, so amazing. We had Joe Thomas, Lee Evans, Calhoun, Clink, Travis Beckham. We had people stop by. I mean, Chris Anicetti was there. We hung out with him in the morning. I actually hung out with him at night. Chris and his beautiful wife took care of us. It's so fun to be able to be around people that care about the show and to see the support we get. That was awesome. I mean, see dudes, Big Haas, like guys come in who, you know what, you don't see every once in a while. So that was a lot of fun. We went to the stadium. We saw, we did all the things. We even played video games, and I crushed Cecil Martin 60-0 as Wisconsin, which I should have let him beat me as. So we would have switched role reverse. But, those things, right? Like getting to hang out with you in person, so fun. Jay Wandersky, my guy, took care of us. Brian at the tailgate, everything. There's just nothing that was bad until the game. And so let's just jump into, listen, sadly, I don't know how to be. I don't know if there's bads. I think everything's just horrific at this point. I just want to say you spent all season thinking of this game, right? Like that was like on the on all the cork boards and all the things. And then you go out and the first thing that happens is you get a penalty. Like to start, so I've been around taunting. I used to scream at people too. There's a way to do it that you don't get a penalty for it. Also, you're one person taunting the entire Iowa team. We are sadly seeing a complete break in our team. I'm trying to be positive, but there's one dude who I see play randomly, maybe a little bit, screaming at our guy, screaming at them, getting a penalty to start the game. No one else is out there talking smack. We were at the O in Ohio State with the whole team, both teams coming out doing it. That's when you got your guys back. So I think starting the game with a penalty is just terrible. And then, wait, hold on. I have two other goods. I think actually Dylan Jones looked good. He ran hard the whole game. So I'll give it to him. And I'll give it up to the long snapper Hustle. He had a nice tackle, crushed the dude. I'll tell you, when you're looking at things and you're trying to find good, that might be it. Now, the rest is bad, Matt Perkins. Do you have any goods?
Dylan Jones was my only good. Dylan Jones ran hard all game, looked good, but they forgot about him in the second and third quarters. Scheme-wise, he looked great in the first quarter, and then I felt like he barely touched the ball in the second and third quarters.
So you bring up my next couple points. We had first off, losing Tretch was horrible. Like, that was bad, right? That started our downfall, and that is not anyone's fault. It just was a hard hit. So here's what, in 5-minute period, we looked uncoached, undisciplined, unprepared, and our execution was terrible. And then we went down 17. There's a 5-minute period of like quicksand. Do you remember that stuff from I Say It All the Time Replacements? We were trying to, first off, a pick that hit some, like that was deflected. Those things happen. The second pick, I have no idea what. First off, I get the game plan, right? You're trying to soften Iowa. They're stopping the run. They literally put everyone in the box to attack the run. So you're trying to do some screens to open up and to get them thinking. I understand that. However, you're running it to the short side of the field. You're right. This is the pick six. You're running to the short side of the field.
It ended up being out at the half-yard line or whatever.
Whatever.
Scored the next.
It looked like a touchdown, and they should have just kept it. You're running it to the short side of the field with a third-string quarterback. You're telling me you prepared for that during the week enough that you thought that was okay to – like, I have a problem with the coaching. Now, I want to preface this. I like the people. I like Chris McIntosh. As a person, I like them. Now, as a business, we are struggling here, and we are flopping. And if this happened if I was flopping at my company, I'd be fired. There's no ifs, ands, or maybes. There's no buyouts. Like, I get nothing. So that play call to me was a bad one. There were some other ones, but that was a bad play call when you as a coach, again, are trying to be something you're not. We're trying to be cute. We're third-string QB. You think he practiced that play? Now, I also have to flip it on Hunter Simmons and say, dude, what are you seeing? That guy is 6'8", 300 pounds. Also, he's faster than you? Dude. So it's just frustrating because throw it out of bounds. Throw it at the guy's feet. I mean,
throw it over his head at that point.
Maybe you blinked and didn't see him, but I don't know how
do you miss a guy who's I think listed at 6'6", 285, who's standing directly between you and your target. And just throw it straight into his belly.
I completely agree. I'm just looking at my notes and trying not to freak out.
That was
so. In 5 minutes, we gave up basically 3 scores. No, we gave up 3 scores in like a 5-minute period in the first quarter by trying to be cute.
Bernie, I'll tell you, next drive that there was what should have been a swing pass to Dupree, and then this is one of my ugly. Should have been a swing pass to Dupree, thrown like 2 yards behind him. So it was a live fumble. So he's trying to go and recover it and gets injured while trying to recover a terrible pass that Iowa recovers anyway. 2
screens that take a lot of practice for even the number ones to execute. And you have a third string guy. So I'm very confused. If you wanted to, dude, Matt Perkins, Iowa has one identity. They've had it for 30 years. They have 3 things they do. Not going to remember the third. Do you know what they are? Let me just take a guess.
They run the ball.
Run the ball.
They have a very tough defense.
Great defense.
Elite special teams.
Okay, I'll give you elite special teams. There was one more that I am blanking on, but that's it, right? Like, That's all you do is run the football and play good defense.
And have great special teams. You got to give that to me. They've had some of the best kickers and punters in the country for a long time.
Sure. And also, we look so unprepared on special teams when that guy literally caught a lot of them and ran.
Yeah.
We don't do that. We fair catch everything. Okay. I'll think of the third one. It wasn't a huge thing, but it was that those are the two, right? So why are we not playing harder defense for the run? We couldn't stop the run. They had over 200 yards. Their quarterback was not good. He had 100 yards. I mean, that's not good. We have 80 yards, 88 yards,
something like that.
So I have this issue with all of it. The execution by our guys wasn't good either, but I think it comes from coaching first. So I'm going to go with coaching. You know what? First off, if you watch the film any week from like 1995 until today, you can know what I was going to do, and they did it. That's what sucks the most. They did it. They ran the ball. They were smiling, and they look so much more polished than we do. So that to me is killer. Dude, the field goal at the end of the quarter for Iowa hurts a lot. We were playing in what's it called when you're in defense, but you're like playing off so they don't score a touchdown.
I mean, you're playing it safe, basically. Like you're playing like it's not a field goal block. It's a field goal safe man, basically. So you're
no. Like when you're playing off, I can't remember.
Like prevent?
Yeah, we were playing prevent for them to not score, and then they scored. And they picked us apart, and they did what they wanted to do. And that hurt me the most because we're nowhere. I'll tell you, the defense played hard. Oh, you know what, though? If I'm watching a game, I was thinking as I watched it last night again, if I'm watching the game and I'm watching only the defense, I don't want to watch that game. And the defense doesn't want to be part. They played hard. They gave up a lot of rush, but that's coaching to me because those guys were playing their tushes off. And I think there was some undiscipline when you watch guys were getting out of running lanes. Because I think you have mentally or not, like consciously or not, guys are trying to win. And if they don't believe in the coaching staff, they're going to go out of their way to try to do it. And then you give up things where you're supposed to be, or you're supposed to hold a gap and you're not. And there were some of those. I'm not going to call anyone out because it's not kind of this show. But if you want to go back and look at some of the run defense, guys aren't in the right place. They're not in the right place. So that's the first half. I mean, the execution was terrible. I sadly, I can't just blame strictly the coaching, but it is not good from a preparation standpoint. Our execution's poor too, but the preparation, the coaching, even Fickle said it in the presser that he's like, I don't know what happened. Dude, you played Iowa. They did the same things. I've never seen a team that doesn't change their stripes ever. Iowa has done this for 30 years. As long as Kirk Ferentz has been there, they've been doing it. They've hardly shown anything different. They throw it to the tight end. That's all they do. It's it. Okay. So the first half was bad.
Bernie, can I interject?
Oh yeah. Sorry, that's like 13 minutes of me running.
I knew that it was going to be a long night on the first offensive drive because Wisconsin kicks off after the penalty. Iowa goes 3 and out. Great. We get the ball back. They're actually moving the ball a little bit on the first drive. It's 4th and half a yard from the 46-yard line, and they punt. And I knew then that the coaching staff had given up because you can't. I'm sorry. Like, it's 4th and half a yard. It's the first drive. Your defense clearly had shown that they showed up. So even if you don't get it, you still have to have some faith in your defense. That, to me, just was waving the white flag before the game had really even gotten going. That was so disappointing and disheartening. We all know how crucial your data security is. Delete Me makes it easy, quick, and safe to remove your personal data online at a time when surveillance and data breaches are common enough to make everyone vulnerable. Data brokers take your data and profit off of it. Your data is a commodity. Anyone on the web can buy your private details, leading to identity theft, phishing attempts, harassment, and more. But now you can protect your privacy with Delete Me. As someone who's worked in higher education for a long time, I know just how crucial data security is to make sure that student info stays private. But no matter what industry you're in, data security is one of the most important parts of your personal and professional life. So take control of your data and keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me. Now at a special discount to our listeners here on Believe in Badgers. Today, get 20% off your Delete Me plan by texting PRO, that's P-R-O, to 64000. The only way to get 20% off is by texting PRO to 64000. That's PRO to 64000. Message and data rates may apply. Hey folks, before we continue, I want to remind everyone tuning in that we continue to be proudly presented by Chris Anicetti and his entire team over at Oak Bridge Wealth Management. If you're a collegiate athlete or parent of a collegiate athlete navigating NIL opportunities, Chris and his team are here to help maximize your earnings and protect your future. We all know that athletes train hard to be the best on the field, but who's making sure they're winning off the field? Chris Anicetti and his entire team at Oak Bridge Wealth Management. That's who. They don't just manage your money. They handle your entire financial world. From building a rock-solid financial plan tailored for athletes to paying bills, budgeting, setting up LLCs, and securing financing for cars, equipment, and whatever else you need so that you can focus on your game. Your career is short. Make every dollar count. Oak Bridge Wealth Management, where athletes build lasting wealth. Get in touch with Chris on Instagram at oakbridgewm_Anicetti. That's oakbridgewm_ANICETE, or head on over to their website at oakbridgewealthmgmt.com. Chris Anicetti, Oak Bridge Wealth Management, they've been helping a lot of NCAA athletes and professional athletes get their money right. There's no one else better for this around that you are going to find. So make sure to get in touch with Chris and support the people who support us. All right, we're going to hop back into the show.
Actually, I totally forgot, but actually the play that I think killed us and we couldn't come back from it was the dropped fourth down pass.
Oh, God. Oh,
first off, that
was terrible.
It's not good. But Hunter Simmons had two passes that were line drives at 5, 6, 7, 8 yards. I mean, he should have caught it. But these are plays that it look like they practice it twice, and it's hard. It's not good. So listen. I actually think the field possession game is important against Iowa because they're going to run. We're going to run. I actually don't know if I care about that so much. But the fourth down. Imagine if we get that and we score 17-7 is fine. That's good. We have momentum. They took momentum in the first quarter. We never got it back. So I have a question. Coming out at halftime, we have a quarterback that's clear. Offense is struggling. Quarterback struggling. Why don't we make a switch? Why don't we put Danny O'Neal in?
I don't know, because he was turning the ball over left and right. He wasn't like he was inaccurate. I don't understand this whatsoever at this point. I don't understand the quarterback rotation.
So there could be more going on behind the scenes that we don't know. I don't know the conversations they're having with Danny O'Neal. I'm not saying there is anything going on outside of him coming to work every day and working hard. But there could be. I just don't know. Because why not put him in? You're talking about he couldn't start the fourth quarter? Dude, it was terrible. What do we go, 8 for 25? 7 for... I can bring up the statistic.
Simmons
8
was
for 21 for 82
yards.
2 interceptions, an average 3.9. Dude, at this point, it's time to switch.
QBR on ESPN is 0.8.
Yeah. Listen, and as a player and as someone who has coached football, help him. Take him out. Give him a break. Put Danny O'Neal in. We needed a spark. We did nothing. To me, that's coaching. Coming out of halftime, we had a 3-and-out. And then we gave up a touchdown. I feel horrible for our guys. Like it's hard to be a Badger right now, and these dudes are dealing with. I used to read the newspaper when we lost, and it was like 2 articles that hated on us. Now you're dealing with 600 Instagram handles, 500 other things. I mean, I feel horrible. And where does that stem from? I mean, it has to come from the top. Like at this point, I like everyone, but it's not good. And then I'll just go at the very end of the game. I mean, we were 3-and-out pretty much the whole second half. This is the second week in a row that the announcer said, "What are they doing?" We got the ball on the last drive. I was like, good, we're on the 40. We have 2 minutes left, 2 timeouts. I'm like, put up a field goal. At least try, right? We run the ball. We're moving. Come on, guys. Let's try. Nobody calls a timeout.
No one calls a timeout. It's just straight handoffs to Atuka. Every play is just a handoff to Atuka. They're not trying to move the ball. They're not throwing the ball.
They moved the ball a little bit.
Even at the end against, Maryland, when Simmons came in for an injured Danny O'Neal, or they put him in, they scored a late touchdown throwing the ball to Lance Mason. And in the last couple of weeks, the coaching staff has given up on the players.
Even if they haven't, that's the
optics you're showing me.
It's
so evident that they have.
It's so evident that they have. Sadly, if I was Hunter Simmons or anybody, I would have called a timeout, because to go up to lose 37-0. There was nobody in the stadium. Like, this is a bad sign. Up, down. Like, we're not the only ones saying this. We're not some ass blanks who are like, how dare they? I mean, literally, this is really bad. I think we have better players than we've had in a long time. So where is it coming from? You're saying you can't call a timeout to try to score? Every other coach in the world would try to do this. It's homecoming. You don't want to put up a matzo ball or a goose egg. You score 3 points. Tell the players you're trying. You want them to still try. That hurt me the most. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this is not a let's get out of Dodge. You're not, dude. If you're down 37-7, sure. But to get shut out at homecoming, come on, guys. I mean, I don't know what to eat. Like, it's shocking. I think it's really shocking. I think it's hard to swallow. I mean, people are still waking up with their jobs, which is concerning. I understand that listen, I don't ever want to call for people's heads. This is what we've talked about. But you're saying that we're going to go the rest of the season watching the same football and then do what? You're going to kill the program.
I'm going to be devil's advocate for a second. Let's look at the schedule. They've got Ohio State next. Are you going to bring in an interim coach to get slaughtered by Ohio State? I'd rather just leave Fickle in there to get annihilated by Ohio State and Oregon before the bye week, and then do it. And that's what it feels like to me it's going to happen, because I don't want to bring in an interim, have the team get, laid out by two of the top teams in the country.
Okay, so I'll push back on that and say you have 2 more weeks to destroy this even more.
True.
For this to go deeper. Mm-hmm. And what happens in the bye week? I think guys are going to leave. We're seeing a systematic problem with dudes already flipping commitment, which is going to happen more, right? And I think you're going to have guys who still have years of football left who are getting good tape now. They might leave. Like, you want to be here for rebuilding? I mean, after potential, plane crash of a year, you're going to want to stick around. I mean, it just seems – and then that – for some guys, this will be their 3rd coach. Maybe 4th, actually, right? Could that still be the math?
Christ, Leonard, Fickle, and now whoever.
If you're 4 or 5 years, it could. I mean, so do you do that, or do you go to a program that, listen, Christian Allegro is a solid dude, solid football player. Could he go play somewhere else?
Of course. I mean, all these guys could. I mean, the transfer portal's open for a reason.
But I'm saying he is a guy that we can't afford to lose, who could play. If there's a senior who graduated, he could fit right in. At almost, I would say at almost any university in the nation who needs maybe a linebacker, right? What keeps him here, though? His love for Wisconsin? Okay, I love him, and I feel that. But you don't want to be part of this is going to be hard work. Someone's got to come in and truly fix everything. And if you're going to – listen, I've heard a lot of people – we were there this week and say it's money, it's revenue not going towards the players or the football program or whatever. That can't be it. There's no way. You have coaches who probably are semi-decent to good coaches. They can't put on a product on the field that's better than what we're seeing. I can't believe that that's true. I can't believe it's just money.
It's more than just that.
It has to be. You're saying it's not the elite players in the nation? Okay, fine. But I was doing it. Other teams are doing it.
Indiana's
By the way,
it.
You know what? Maybe I was what I was going to say about their culture?
Tight ends?
No. They Tight ends are always been good. They said on the TV, and I believe it, oh, it's another Iowa guy who's playing for the Hawkeyes. Said it on TV. Do you know how many Iowa people they have? A lot. Because Kirk Ferentz isn't a dummy. He gets the dudes that love Iowa. This is what we need to do. It's not
been
brain
saying
surgery.
it for a while.
It's just so frustrating to watch. Man, it's really not easy to be a Badger right now.
No.
And I feel horrible for the guys.
I do too. But let's look at some of these statistics. I pulled these up yesterday. Matt Bernstein. Total offense in the nation, 127th out of 134 teams, 134, 135, whatever. Rushing, 115th, passing 110th, passing efficiency 112th, scoring offense 129th. They're averaging 15.5 points a game on the season, 6.7 points per game in the Big Ten games. Bernie, they're not even averaging a touchdown a game in conference play. That's coaching, because they were supposed to bring a new coordinator in who was supposed to fix the offensive issues. This is worse.
You're right, and you can't say it's.
This is
I'm
worse
over quarterback injuries.
Longo. It's worse.
You brought in 3 quarterbacks. I'm over that being
an excuse.
It can't be that. You can't move the ball. It can't be just the QB.
No.
You didn't even try to switch it up during the game. Like, it just seems like that's bad, man. That's looking at these makes me feel even worse.
It's really bad, dude. It's really, really bad. And I don't really know. I mean,
who's worse than us?
No one.
No, I mean, but in like total offense, I find it to be. I would be really interested to see like who's that.
If you give me 20 seconds, I'll
give you 20 seconds.
Who's worse?
Sadly, we've gone from maybe we started off this thing thinking NIL's not a big deal. And we thought it would correct itself, and it didn't. And we're way behind. But again, it cannot be only one thing. It's not only money. And people say, well, if we had more money, we'd do better. I don't know about that. Dude, there are so many clips. Melvin Gordon, like people are coming out on X and saying these things. And then you have that one time of Jimmy running in the locker room after his first win. And the dudes are going bananas for him. It's just a whole different world we live in. Who's the worst?
So we are 127th. Phil Longo, Sam Houston State, 129th. The worst is UMass.
Okay, so
UMass in total offense is at 239 yards per game. We are at 292 yards per game. Other teams that we are right around: Oklahoma State, they fired their coach. Kent State, one of the worst teams in the history of college football. North Carolina, we all know what's going on with Bill Belichick there. A bunch of MAC teams, like we said, UMass, Ball State, NIU. I mean, it is.
So Matt Perkins, guess who's up for the coach of Oregon State? One of probably 10, but
Oregon State or well, we got Oklahoma State here. Not
Oregon State.
Well, Oregon State, we know that Jason Eck is.
He's one of probably 10 or 15.
Yeah,
but I'll just say, guess what? That means something. Mm-hmm. If he's one of 10 or 15, that means something. Just saying.
Yeah, Jason Eck. We like Jason Eck.
Another coach texted me, said we better hurry up because he's not going to be there long. A coach. I have a friend. I won't blow him up on.
So, Bernie, we got to look ahead, though, to Ohio State.
Let's look ahead to Ohio State.
Over at FanDuel, our friends over at FanDuel I'm actually shocked that Ohio State is only a 25.5 point favorite.
Yeah, me too.
It should. I was going to say it should be at least 30, if not 35, because Ohio State is a dominant team. Ohio State has the best defense in the nation by eye test and some statistical methodologies. And I'm befuddled that they think Wisconsin can score at all. I would be shocked if Wisconsin scored a touchdown in this game, because they couldn't score against Iowa, and Ohio State's defense is ridiculously good. They're fourth in the nation in total defense, and on top of that, they are first in the nation in scoring defense. They are averaging giving up 6.8 points per game on this season.
Dude, what do you want me to say? I'll tell you this. I'm surprised when you just told me 25.
Me too.
Because Iowa hit the over by themselves.
The over under in this game is 41.5. I mean, I expect Ohio State to win 45-0.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. So wait, I know we're over time, but yes, I would also kind of agree. Now, here's where my concern is, and this is my true concern. Who was I talking to? My dad yesterday, and I was on the 5-7 team, right? Like, we weren't that good, but dudes, we were sticking together. We were still going out. We were still part of this thing, right? I'm really concerned about what the locker room looks like. If there's fracturing. I mean,
there's been plenty of reporting around it, and there is plenty of fracturing.
I know, and it's going to get worse, and it's going to get harder, and I truly hate that for the guys playing right now. Yeah. Like, you never want to go to the stadium and go, man, I hate it here, or this sucks, we're practicing for nothing.
You know, we've been fortunate. We've met a bunch of these guys. We've talked with a bunch of these guys. You know, both on the podcast and in person, on social media, whatever. And to a man, they've all been good dudes. Like, they've all been totally good guys you want to root for, guys you want to succeed, and they're not, because they're being put in poor positions by the coaches and the culture. There is no culture. There is no culture at this point, and right. You can't have culture when you're entirely reliant on transfers, especially at the quarterback position.
Wow, there must be somebody who said that starting in the first year.
I wonder who that could have been. Is it
that guy who drank a lot of Coors Light on Saturday? It's him. It's him.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, from day one, you can't keep bringing in quarterbacks. If you go to the transfer portal to get too many guys, you consistently are changing the locker room. And listen, even I think it was Ricardo Hallman said it. He's like, yeah, guys are in and out. But that's not a team. Like, I love Brady Collins. You can do all you want in the offseason. It's impossible to make a team in 3 months or 6 months. Mm-hmm. Like, we were there for years.
And you had guys who were there for years before you who showed you the way. There's like 3 of those guys on the team right now, Enrico, in Austin Brown, and Daryl Peterson,
and Vinny Anthony,
and Vinny, right?
Yes. I wish those guys could keep these dudes together, but again, you have dudes who just showed up, who have been here for a couple months. What loyalty do they have to those guys?
None.
What loyalty does anyone have? I mean, my loyalty to Coach Alvarez was it was unconditional. We were losing games. I've been in some blowouts too. It's how you bounce back. I still thought we were competitive each week. And we got beat sometimes. Like, it happens. But not the way that the Badgers are getting beat. Like, it can't, no matter what. You look, some of these guys have talent, and there's no way we should be doing what we're doing. Definitely. There's just no way.
Definitely not. So, well, we're going to keep doing what we do here on Believe in Badgers on the Believe Network, presented by FanDuel and Oak Bridge Wealth Management. We'll be back again later this week. And no matter what, even in a 37-0 shutout against those hated Hawkeyes, it's always on Wisconsin until the end.
On Wisconsin.